What do ancient myths, psychology, and everyday struggles have in common? They all hold clues to leading a better life. Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life connects these dots in ways you've never imagined. These rules aren't just interesting, they are transformative. Stay with me to uncover how they can revolutionize your life. Jordan Peterson isn't just a psychologist, he's a global phenomenon. As a clinical psychologist, a professor, and one of today's most influential thinkers, Peterson has spent decades studying what makes life meaningful. But this isn't just academic theory. His book, 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos, blends ancient wisdom, modern psychology, and personal stories to tackle some of life's biggest questions. How do you balance order and chaos? Why is taking responsibility so important? And what does it take to lead a fulfilling life? Each rule in this book is packed with profound insights and practical advice, ideas that can help you transform your mindset, relationships, and approach to challenges. Let's break down these rules and uncover the lessons they hold for all of us. Did you know that lobsters have been teaching us about dominance and confidence for hundreds of millions of years? It sounds bizarre, but Jordan Peterson dives into the fascinating world of these crustaceans to explain why standing tall is so much more than just good posture. Here's the story. Lobsters are territorial creatures, and they fight fiercely to establish dominance. When a lobster wins a fight, it stands taller and straighter, its body adapting to its new dominant status. Meanwhile, the defeated lobster slumps, signaling submission. This change isn't just external, it's biological. Winning increases serotonin levels in lobsters, boosting confidence, while losing has the opposite effect. Now, why does this matter for humans? Peterson draws a compelling parallel between the lobster's posture and human behaviour. When we slouch, we send signals, not just to others, but to ourselves, that we're defeated, submissive, and vulnerable. But when we stand up straight, we project confidence, strength, and readiness to face life's challenges. Think about it. When someone walks into a room with their shoulders back and head held high, they immediately command respect. Contrast that with someone hunched over, avoiding eye contact. It's a completely different message. Actionable step. Try this today. Stand up tall, roll your shoulders back, and keep your head up. You'll feel the difference almost immediately. It's not just about looking confident, it's about being confident. Over time, this simple habit can reshape how others perceive you and how you perceive yourself. Why do we treat others with care and kindness but neglect ourselves? It's a paradox many of us live with daily. Imagine this: your friend or loved one is unwell. You'd probably move heaven and earth to ensure they see a doctor, rest, and recover. But what happens when it's you? Suddenly, the doctor's appointment can wait, and rest becomes a luxury you can't afford. Jordan Peterson calls this neglect a form of self-betrayal. He points out that we often see ourselves as unworthy of care, and this mindset can be deeply damaging. In 12 Rules for Life, he shares a striking example: people who care meticulously for their pets, ensuring they're fed, groomed, and even medicated on time, but fail to take life-saving medication themselves. Why does this happen? Often, it's because we undervalue ourselves or feel guilty about putting our needs first. But here's the thing: treating yourself well isn't selfish, it's a responsibility. When you're at your best, you're better equipped to care for others and tackle life's challenges. Actionable step. Start small. Think about one thing you'd do for someone you care about. like cooking a nutritious meal, setting aside time to rest, or scheduling a health checkup. Then, do it for yourself. Self-care isn't indulgence, it's essential. And remember, it's not just about physical health, mental and emotional well-being matter too. Treat yourself as someone who deserves compassion and support. Who you surround yourself with has a profound impact on your life. Your friends influence your habits, mindset, and even your self-worth. Jordan Peterson argues that clinging to toxic relationships, whether out of guilt, fear, or obligation, can keep you trapped in negativity and hold you back from reaching your potential. In his clinical practice, Peterson encountered many people who stuck with harmful friendships. Often, they felt they didn't deserve better or feared being alone. But here's the truth. Friendships should challenge you to grow, not weigh you down. If your friends discourage your goals, celebrate your failures, or pull you into destructive habits, it's time to reassess those connections. Healthy friendships are built on mutual respect, encouragement, and accountability. These are the people who will celebrate your successes, help you through failures, and push you to become your best self. Actionable step. Start by auditing your social circle. Ask yourself, do my friends genuinely support my growth? Are they honest with me, even when it's uncomfortable? Do they inspire me to be better, or do they drag me down? If a relationship doesn't meet these standards, it might be time to distance yourself. Seek out people who share your values and goals and invest in those relationships. Remember, the quality of your friendships can determine the quality of your life. In today's world, it's easier than ever to feel like you're falling behind. Social media constantly bombards us with images of people achieving more, looking better, and living seemingly perfect lives. But here's the truth. These comparisons are an illusion. Everyone's journey is different, shaped by unique struggles and advantages you often don't see. Jordan Peterson argues that the only comparison worth making is with your past self. Instead of fixating on what others have, focus on becoming a better version of who you were yesterday. Progress, not perfection, is the key. Peterson shares stories from his clinical practice about clients who were stuck in cycles of envy and inadequacy. Their breakthrough came when they shifted their focus inward, setting small, achievable goals and celebrating incremental improvements. Over time, these tiny steps added up to life-changing transformations. Why does this work? Psychologically, comparison to others often leads to feelings of inadequacy and despair. But when you compare yourself to your past self, you create a positive feedback loop of motivation and self-respect. Actionable step. Start with one small change. Write down one area of your life you'd like to improve, whether it's exercising for 10 minutes, finishing a book, or reconnecting with a friend. Keep a journal to track your progress, no matter how small it seems. Over time, these small wins will build into something remarkable. Parenting is one of the most rewarding yet challenging roles in life. Jordan Peterson argues that one of the greatest disservices you can do as a parent is to avoid setting boundaries for your children. While permissiveness might feel like love in the short term, it often leads to long-term harm. Children who aren't taught respect, responsibility, and limits can become difficult to deal with, not just for others, but for their parents. Why is this so important? Psychologists have found that children thrive when they understand boundaries. These limits provide them with a sense of security and teach them how to function in the real world. Without them, children can develop entitlement, a lack of self-discipline, or an inability to handle criticism, traits that can lead to significant challenges as they grow. Peterson shares examples of families where avoiding discipline led to chaos, children who disrupted classrooms, disrespected peers, and struggle to build meaningful relationships as adults. Discipline, he argues, isn't about punishment. It's about teaching children how to navigate the complexities of life. Actionable step. Start by setting clear rules and communicating them consistently. For example, if bedtime is 8 p.m., stick to it, even if they protest. Use positive reinforcement to reward good behaviour and calm, consistent consequences for breaking rules. Remember, discipline done with love isn't just about control. It's about preparing your children to face the world with confidence and respect. Why do we so often chase what's easy, even when we know it won't fulfill us? Jordan Peterson's 6th rule challenges us to reject the allure of expedience, instant gratification, cutting corners, or avoiding responsibility, and instead pursue what is truly meaningful. Peterson draws on philosophy, psychology, and religious texts to make his point. In the biblical story of Cain and Abel, Cain represents the path of expedience, resentment, anger, and shortcuts, while Abel symbolises the path of meaning, sacrifice, effort, and alignment with a higher purpose. When we choose expedience, we may gain momentary comfort, but we risk long-term despair. Pursuing meaning, on the other hand, requires effort and patience, but it leads to lasting fulfillment. Why is this so important? Psychologically, chasing instant rewards creates a cycle of dissatisfaction. Think about it. Scrolling on social media, binge-watching shows, or avoiding hard conversations may feel good at the moment, but they rarely leave you feeling accomplished. Contrast that with working toward a meaningful goal, like building a skill, nurturing a relationship, or contributing to something greater than yourself. These pursuits, though challenging, provide a sense of purpose and pride that can transform your life. Actionable step. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Is it your family, your health, your career, or a creative passion? Write down one long-term goal that aligns with your values. Then, break it into smaller, achievable steps. For example, if you want to read a book, commit to reading for 30 minutes a day. Remember, every small action toward a meaningful goal builds character and moves you closer to fulfillment. At first glance, pet a cat when you encounter one on the street might sound like a simple or whimsical rule, but its meaning runs much deeper. Life is filled with chaos, suffering, and challenges that can sometimes feel overwhelming. Jordan Peterson suggests that in the midst of this, we should look for small moments of beauty and joy, because these moments can give us the strength to carry on. Peterson shares a deeply personal example: his daughter's lifelong struggle with severe health issues. Watching someone you love endure constant pain is an almost unbearable experience, yet Peterson found solace in the smallest of moments: a cat strolling by, a brief laugh, or a moment of quiet. These fleeting joys reminded him that even in life's darkest chapters, beauty and hope still exist. Why does this matter? Psychologists have shown that practicing mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, can reduce stress, increase emotional resilience, and improve overall well-being. By pausing to notice the little things, a warm breeze, the sound of birds, or the feeling of petting a soft cat, you remind yourself that not everything is chaos. Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life is more than a self-help book. It's a profound exploration of what it means to live with purpose, discipline, and resilience. Whether it's standing tall, finding joy in small moments, or pursuing meaningful goals, these rules offer something for everyone. So which rule resonated most with you? Maybe it was about taking responsibility, building healthier relationships, or overcoming comparison. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you next time.